Chevy is called the heartbeat of America for a reason. With SUVs made to move with your rhythm. The versatile Equinox tackles your entire day. The spacious Traverse fits your crew and your whole weekend. And Trax brings style with value you can count on. All infused with tech that has your back, so your drive always hits the right chord. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
This summer, Prime Video takes you back before Legally Blonde, before law school, and into the world of Elle Woods in high school. Set in 1995, this Gemini vegetarian knows exactly who she is until her family moves from Bel Air to Seattle. Packed with iconic fashion, 90s nostalgia, and a throwback soundtrack, Elle proves one thing. Law school was hard. High school was harder. From the world of Legally Blonde, watch Elle, a new original series only on Prime Video. Watch now.
They asked me, did I want a blowout? And I said, and I know he could specifically remember, I said, no, I held my hand up. I said, no blowout for me, because I knew once the heat went on my hair, it was going to just melt off.
This is the plaintiff, Allison Rappa. She says she went to the defendant, a hairdresser, to fix a problem she had with another hairdresser. And when he found out she cheated on him by going somewhere else in the first place, he intentionally ruined her hair for good. That's right, her hair's now falling out of her head. She looks like one big hot mess and is suing the defendant for $5,000, the amount she's owed. This is the defendant, Vincent Marchese. He says the plaintiff got a job as an extra on a reality TV show, and some hack hairdresser there did her hair. The plaintiff's hair was severely damaged when she came to him, and for her to accuse him of intentionally making her hair worse is not only insulting, it's damaging to his reputation. Bottom line, he's a professional, did nothing wrong, and doesn't deserve to be here today. He's accused of being malicious. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $5,000 for slandering his good name.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
What you are about to witness is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending in civil court. Both parties have agreed to drop their claims and have their cases settled here before Judge Marilyn Milian in our forum, the People's Court.
You seated? Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you. Douglas.
You're welcome.
Allison Rappa?
Yes.
You are suing your former hairdresser, Vincent Marchese, for $5,000, the cost of hair extensions, a corrective color treatment, a new haircut, and pain and suffering.
Yes.
Because according to you, he not only ruined your hair, but deliberately ruined your hair. And you have a counterclaim against her for $5,000 for saying such a thing. Okay, let's hear.
Well, I've been going to Vinny for, I want to say 2 or 3 years, faithfully. And I was trying to get a hold of him at a certain point to do my hair, and I couldn't. So I went somewhere else to get my hair done, and then the color didn't match. It wasn't damaged, it was just color that needed to be done.
Okay.
So I went and I scheduled an appointment with Vinny to correct it. And he decided to do an ombre on my hair, which
is?
An ombre is something that basically looks like it's dark all on the top and then lightens up at the bottom. And he started to do the ombre, left the decolorizer on my hair.
What's a decolorizer?
It's like it's bleach, you know, to lighten, like if you're to get a highlight. And left it on there for about 2 hours. By the time I got to the sink, it was just completely just coming out, like
your hair was falling out right there?
Yes.
Okay.
My hair was coming out at the sink. And then they rinsed me and they asked me, did I want a blowout? And I said, and I know he could specifically remember, I said, no, I held my hand up. I said, no blowout for me, because I knew once the heat went on my hair, it was going to just melt off. So I paid and ran out of there. And I went home and washed it out, dried it, and it was just breaking, coming off all over my floor.
Do you have a picture of it?
Oh, yeah, I have pictures of everything.
Let me see all the pictures.
Here are all the pictures.
Okay, and what order is this?
I wrote on the bottom.
This is prior to going to the salon?
That was right before. But if you look at the other pictures, you'll see you'll see it
After
as
blow
it's
drying
happening.
the first time. Second blow dry. Why is your hair so dark here and it was so light here?
That's what he put on my hair, was the blonde. That was what was breaking.
So what happens?
What happened was I ended up having to go and pay a fortune to get it completely corrected and get extensions and get treatments and get all my hair cut off. And I had to pay all this money to do this when I feel like he intentionally did it, because on Facebook, I was having a conversation with one of my friends, and she asked me how my hair came out, and I said that, well, being that half of it is on my bathroom floor right now, I would say not so good.
Then you pipe in and say, hey, you stray, you pay. At least we got all the crap hair off. I saved you a haircut? Why would you say that?
Can I just...
Backtrack?
Yeah, can I just tell you a little bit about myself? I'm a second-generation hairdresser for 20 years. I've been an educator for a major company for the first 10 years of my career. I take my job very seriously, and I was looking through my phone, and she made these comments at the end of the night. And it took me by surprise, and it got me mad, and because I felt...
That's why she's saying, oh my God, he did this on purpose because I went to someone else.
So I said those two comments to her.
You stray, you pay. I mean, that's a pretty insensitive thing for you to say to a customer who's been your customer for years when she's upset because her hair's falling out.
I inboxed her right after that and apologized, and I said...
Let me see how you inboxed her right after that and apologized. I need to come ASAP. Okay, this is before the appointment.
Yeah, that's prior.
I start filming next season. What do you film on?
I was, at the time, filming for Jerseylicious.
You had a role in Jerseylicious?
Yes, a short role, but a role.
A role, nonetheless. Okay. You say, hey, you stray, you pay. At least we got all the crap hair off. I saved you a haircut. And she responds, you saved me a haircut? Really? So you intentionally did this? And you answer, really.
That's why I inboxed her right after that.
And then you inbox her. Would I do that to you? I know no one knows who you are talking about, but it bothers me when you bash me like that. I'm sorry that happened. Would I do that to your hair in purpose? No. That was the only way for that black hair. You will have to stay dark.
Then
what are you saying?
That was the only way I can get the black hair lighter. If we couldn't do it that way, then she'll have to stay darker if she can't be blonde.
Oh, then you would have had to stay dark.
You know, this is the second time I corrected her hair from going to someone. I always say you stray, you pay. When you go to another hairdresser, you pay for the integrity of your hair sometimes, where you don't know what they're doing to it.
Yeah, but the one who did something to it was you in this one, right? If her hair fell out, have you seen the pictures?
No, I asked her to come to the, she never came to the salon to show me and my owner her hair.
He texted me and asked me if we can meet and talk. And I said, meet and talk about what? You reimbursing me for all the money that I've spent having to correct my hair? And then he never responded.
Okay. I have those texts if you want to see
Yeah,
them.
I'd like to see them. And then can you take a look at the pictures?
Never saw any of these.
Okay, I know, but now you're seeing them, so what do you have to say about them?
I can't say that's my work because she never came back to the salon to show me.
Nobody ever asked me to come back
Okay,
to
I understand that she never came back to the salon. However, we have pictures of the hair falling out, right? That's what those are. It's not like she decided to pin it on you, but it was somebody else who broke the hair.
Sure.
It was after your visit. So now what?
Well, she is a hairdresser, so I do not know what she did at home to damage her hair. And when she says intentionally, she's almost accusing me of saying when she was in my chair, I intentionally damaged her.
Well, the reason why she thinks that you intentionally damage is because you are a jerk on the Facebook page. She never used the word intentional till you emailed her your nasty comment.
Yeah.
Then she said, what are you talking about? Was this intentional? That's when she uses it because it sounded like maybe it was when you talked that way. Do you understand?
Totally.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So the question, what does you stray, you pay mean? Does that mean that he tried to screw her up for going to somebody else, or you go to somebody else and they're going to do a bad job?
You go to somebody else, they're going to do a bad job. I mean, that's what you get. You should stick with the regulars.
Okay, but so you're saying what he said was innocent. You think it was innocent?
I don't think it was innocent.
You think you stray, you pay means I'm going to screw you up.
Exactly. You knew it.
You're going to be the tiebreaker.
Hey, I think you screwed up. You know, you're going to pay me because you went to the wrong guy. You should have stayed with me. That's what I think.
You think you screwed her up?
I don't think he screwed her up. I think he should make her pay.
Okay, going inside the courtroom.
He did respond. I'm truly sorry that happened. I really am. I wish you would have come to the salon the day after so me and Carol could have talked to you. I know you a long time. You said on Facebook you intentionally did it, Vin. See, that's the problem. You know, there's a lot of business is just human emotion. You know, if somebody talked to you like that and said, if a doctor said something like that to you, would you go back to visit that doctor? You would never go back to you'd have like a total bad vibe about it.
I'm only human, and
I
hair
understand.
sometimes.
I understand.
Sometimes takes that responsibility, but I guarantee all my work and my shop backs up my clients and backs me up.
You said on Facebook you intentionally did it, Vin. She says, let me know if you want to reimburse me for what I paid at the salon and what I've paid to fix it. If not, I'll just see you 11/21 and we'll let the judge decide. This is ridiculous. A friend wouldn't do what you did, Vinny. You have no clue how bad my hair is now. I had to get it all cut off and get 250 strands of microchet at $10 a blanking strand, plus dyeing it, plus treatments. I trusted you. This is so blank, Vin. Let me see the receipts from the next place. All the receipts for what you're suing for. Oh, okay, good.
It's my bank statement. And
Okay.
I think everything else is actually in those pictures too, if she needs to see that.
You didn't want to just go short?
No.
Why not?
No, I don't look good with short hair. At all.
What's the pain and suffering?
Pain and suffering to me is like, imagine you at a salon as a woman and then
wait, hold on. I'm going to imagine myself as a woman. Hold on.
Oh my God! You know what I mean.
I do know what you mean. I think that kind of like silly talk is the reason why then it sounds disingenuous when we stand up and demand equal pay. Okay? Bad hair. Okay, bad hair day. Everybody gets it.
Okay.
Okay, butch up. Jeez.
Okay. Can I say something?
No, you cannot.
Yeah, shocked.
And if I were you, I wouldn't.
Okay.
Okay? Because I'm about to rule, and you're about to get a lot of this back.
Let her talk. Let her talk.
Stop. So don't make me angry. Okay. So I'm not ordering the almost $2,000 in pain and suffering. I'm not ordering the money back that you paid the defendant. I am going to order the defendant to pay that which you had to pay in order to get the benefit of your bargain, which was the good job. And I'm ordering him to pay you $2,855. And let me give you a piece of advice. When my 14-year-old reflexively writes something on Facebook, I take her computer away. Okay? Somebody in your life needs to take your computer away. So you have to choose. Are you going to be a 14-year-old or are you going to be a businessman? Good luck. Oh, on your counterclaim for $5,000, in case it wasn't obvious, 0.
Well, first, the defendant coming out after losing this case, what's your reaction to what the judge had to say to you there at the end?
She's right. I shouldn't have said those comments, and I learned from my mistakes, and we move on.
Were you hurt that the plaintiff went to another hairdresser, like she kind of cheated on you in that field?
In a way, I wish I could have corrected what I did, but sometimes...
Such a no-no to stray, as you put it?
You stray, you pay.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
All right, right down there. All right, so come on in here and step in next to me here. Tell me how you feeling about the outcome here.
I'm feeling good about the outcome. I mean, he's a great guy. It's a mistake, and he should learn to control his temper and not...
All this started when he learned that you went to another
When I went to another hairdresser. When I stray, I pay. And, I mean, now, you know, he learns to keep his mouth shut and keep his hands quiet and not write things like that online.
Will the hairdresser to the stars over there ever see you again in the salon?
I cannot say he will.
Okay, Harvey.
Okay, so here's the deal. This is very profound. You send stupid notes, and it's going to bite you in the butt. I sound like a fortune cookie. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
The new LinkedIn Hiring Pro can't undo your last hire. The human postponer. They were the master of one phrase. I'll circle back on that. But 3 months later, you were the one doing all their work and wondering how big that circle is. But LinkedIn Hiring Pro can take the hiring load off your plate. by automating the hiring busy work from the initial job post to scheduling interviews. Hire right the first time with LinkedIn Hiring Pro. Post a free job today at linkedin.com/quality.
This episode is brought to you by Accenture. When your advertising operations fall out of sync, everything else follows. Spotify and Accenture are working together to reinvent the rhythm of ad sales, using automation, analytics, and smarter workflows to simplify campaign delivery and access better data across the business. The result? Less time spent on operations, more time connecting brands with the moments and fandoms that matter most. Learn more at accenture.com/Spotify.
This is the plaintiff, Bernard Kelly. He says he was hired by the defendants to retrieve some important data on his daughter's laptop, which crashed. He gave them a price and the defendants agreed. He recovered the data, gave it to the defendants, and when he asked to be paid, all he got was a "it does not compute" look. He called the cops. They told him it was a civil matter, and here they are in court. He's suing for $1,377, the amount he's now owed. These are the defendants, Robert and Amanda Evans, and Curtis Kitchen. Robert says he's caught in the middle because the broken computer isn't his. Regardless, the plaintiff did not perform the work satisfactorily. He never got her computer or the replacement computer he gave her to work properly, and they owe him nothing. They're accused of being deficient. The defendants have filed a countersuit for $2,300. The cost of a new laptop, lost wages, and pain and suffering.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Okay, Bernard Kelly,
Yes.
you are suing Robert Evans, Amanda Evans, Curtis Kitchen, and what's the baby's name?
Audrey.
And Audrey. No, you're not suing. How old's your baby?
3 weeks.
Oh, my goodness. No wonder you wouldn't let her go. Mr. Kelly, you and Mr. Evans work together, correct?
Yes.
All right. And tell me the nature of the transaction that gets me here.
Okay, on or about May 31st, Mr. Evans had contacted my job stating that he had a laptop that he wanted me to look at, which belonged to his daughter.
You're the daughter, right?
Yes, Amanda, yes. He explained to me the situation that there was a laptop that his daughter had that is no longer working. There was important data on there that they wanted me to extract from. Well, he asked.
How did he know that you would know how to do that?
Because I do it as a hobby on the side. I mean, everybody
people know
around
that.
there. Yeah, everybody know that.
All right, so now he asks you to do this for his daughter's computer.
Yes.
And what price do you two agree upon?
Well, the price was a set price for everything. That's for the laptop, the work, the labor, the software, $350 flat. I rounded all off to just one simple number.
Okay.
To make it
the
easy.
laptop would have been $150 or
The laptop would have
$200?
been about $200.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So you round it off to $350, and you tell him, "Listen, your computer's shot, and I've got you had an old computer around, or
Yes. He chose from several different laptops. He then called his daughter. They discussed it. She said, "Fine, whatever." I'm assuming. He said, "Well, I'm gonna bring this one home to let you see." I said, "Okay, fine." We discussed what I was going to do. He wanted me to extract the data, then in the other laptop, place the data and everything inside that laptop. So I had to go through an extreme process to extract the data because the initial laptop doesn't work. So if you can't boot it up to see anything, now you have to find another way to extract the data off the drive. Well, I hooked it up to my external computer, and then I go through the process with my software. What it does, it goes into the BIOS and it reads the data. And in the business, since I've been in, I have learned you must tell them that all data will not be extracted. We're not responsible for lost data. So if you got corrupted files, it won't bring it out. Then at that time, you can just now transfer it from there to whatever piece of hardware that you want.
It's fascinating, isn't it? Like
it's not easy.
You see your life flash before your eyes because every picture you ever took of your kid is gone, and then someone is able to go like this and bring it back. All right. So what goes wrong?
Well, after I extracted all this stuff and I brought it to him, I said, "Here, open it up." I showed him all his daughter data, pictures, music, tax papers, everything from years and years from in college, because that's what was important to him, from the University of Phoenix, all her classwork and everything. Just click on it. You can now open it up. So I showed it to him. He said, oh, okay. Well, I don't know if she's able to use this, she might have a problem with it. I said, okay, well, the day is Friday. Take the laptop home. Let your daughter use it for the weekend. If everything is fine, you can bring me the money back Monday when we come back to work. You can pay me later. His words, he uttered, oh, you're going to trust me? I said, hey, I know where you work. We work at the same place.
So go on.
Yeah. So at that time, he takes the laptop and then he leaves. A week passed. I don't say nothing. I mean, I'm giving it every time to marinate, let things just go through and see what's going to happen. The next week comes, I see him on a Tuesday. Yo, what's going on? Oh, well, she's supposed to be texting me. Call me back around about 11 o'clock tonight. I should have an answer. So I called, never got an answer. Now we're into our second week. Now we're going into the third week.
Okay, but I don't have a bunch of weeks to go through this. What's the problem? Because you guys haven't paid, so I want to know what the problem is.
Once we got the laptop, the keys were sticking. The battery would die immediately. It wasn't one of the requirements we had for the new laptop was her data to be there, that it be compatible with her schooling for University of Phoenix.
What do you mean compatible?
Some of the programs they have to download from University of Phoenix that need certain software.
Right, I know, and the software is like Adobe or Java,
like
whatever
that.
it is, they
And
can't,
then-
right? And
Yes,
you
all
just
that is-
download it off the internet.
All that is in there, Your
Oh,
Honor.
and according to you, it's in there anyway.
That's what we were
Right.
told. It was going to be there when we got
Except
it from Mr.
it
Kelly.
wasn't. And when I went to go do the schoolwork that I wasn't able to, and some of the files weren't there, when I turned the laptop on, like I said, the battery wasn't.
Do you have the
working.
laptop here?
No,
we returned it.
It's been returned.
So when you didn't want it, of course you paid to get your info retrieved, right?
No, I did not.
Right, not a penny. All this info that you otherwise wouldn't have, you have. So even if a computer, the keys stick and you don't want the computer, I understand that. But how do you get away with not paying for the retrieval?
There were certain Word documents that weren't there. All of my school stuff was there, but there was other Word documents that were not on the computer, and I know exactly everything that's on my computer.
Were your pictures there?
Not all of them.
How many thousands were there that you otherwise wouldn't have had?
I don't know how many I had on there, but I know that.
Why would that justify, when you retrieved a lot of stuff, paying him zero? Is it that you didn't have the money? What is the real reason?
I never spoke to him about paying, about anything. I actually told Curtis, please handle it for me.
Let's go.
We had talked on the phone. I had told him the laptop's no good. What me and Amanda would like to do is to give it to a different company who actually is a neighbor of hers to get her data off of it, and we're going to buy another laptop. We're sorry because at however long it took for us to get the laptop.
How long did it take for you to get the laptop? How long did it take for her to get the laptop?
A few weeks, right?
A few weeks.
It was a few
2
weeks.
weeks, 3 weeks.
2
maybe.
weeks, 3 weeks? In fact, management ended up getting involved in your company.
Absolutely, Your Honor. Absolutely.
That's awkward.
I mean, it
Awkward,
got
isn't
to
it?
the point where people who I relevantly don't speak to came to me and like, hey, what happened? Oh, you're stupid. You're a fool. You this, you that. I'm like,
People are walking up to you saying, hey, I need a computer.
Exactly. I mean, I'm getting all
Hand me a
these
computer,
remarks.
I'll pay you later. I'd gladly pay you tomorrow for a computer today.
I mean, it got to the point where I became very, very humiliated.
The reason that you paid zero for the retrieval?
I said, I'm not going to pay for the laptop. I'll pay you. He said, give me $50 for the transfer of the files. And I said, okay, that's fine. I have to get everything else. I have to get her data off of there.
No,
Okay,
He said that he actually didn't do the work himself. He had given it to somebody else, and they were charging him $50. If I could just cover the $50, he was being charged.
Is that accurate?
No. I told him if he was to go and give it to somebody else to do him, they'd call him anywhere between $50 to $500. I mean, this is an extensive process. It ain't like you stick a flash drive in it.
Your Honor,
Which is what the next guy did. You paid somebody $50 to get the files from that computer to another computer?
I have it right here.
Why don't you just... You paid somebody $50 to literally copy visible files from one computer to another, which is insanity. And yet you don't want to pay him for extracting files from a broken computer when that actually took some talent. It's inexplicable. Now, you are upset and you have a counterclaim against him because according to you, I want my original broken laptop back.
That was the part of the original agreement. We get her laptop back.
Okay,
which
of course you weren't giving back because you weren't getting your $350.
We never even had that agreement, Your Honor. Okay. Mr. Evans told me once I told him about the motherboard and what it was going to cost, he said no, he didn't want to get it fixed. It was going to cost too much money. Okay, what do you want to do it? Well, it's no good. I don't need it. This is his words. He's saying he don't need it. So I said, okay.
You didn't say
I'll
that?
keep it
That's
honest.
all I said. It's no good.
Okay, but what did
So-
you think that meant?
Well,
Okay,
by-
now the
by-
replacer, you're suing for $300 for a replacement laptop. Why would he buy you a laptop?
I asked him for her original laptop back multiple times.
I understand that, but
and
why
I
would you
got-
get both? You're suing for both. You're suing for the original laptop, which you value at $700, which is comical because that's a broken one, and a replacement one is only $300.
Well, actually,
we have the receipt, and the original laptop was $2,300.
Yeah, you don't get the original
Well,
price
that's
of a
why
laptop. You think that its value is what you paid for it? Don't be ridiculous. Transfer of data. Okay. Lost wages.
I got dragged, and we all got dragged here to court. I had to take off 2 jobs to be here today.
Pain and suffering. What's the pain and suffering?
I would like to know what the pain and suffering he's suing me for.
Oh, I'm going to make fun of him in a second. Right now, I'm making fun of you.
Okay, so does the plaintiff get his money for this job?
He does get his money.
Why?
He did his job.
He got the stuff back.
Yes.
Now the defendant's saying, oh, but my computer doesn't work well anymore. What do you think about that? Not much, huh? What do you think about that?
Oh, they got the stuff. Get the money back.
Okay, can I just I want to just tell you something that may upset you a little bit. Okay. You have a plant growing out of your back. I just wanted to let you know. Going inside the courtroom.
Now, is their old laptop here?
Yes.
Okay, does it work or it doesn't work?
Yes, I fixed it because at
love
the
of
point
God.
he said that he didn't want it, I could have easily have given it back to him. It was of no good to me.
I wish you hadn't even fixed it. That's what I wish.
Yeah, because we had another issue now.
That's right. You just created another issue for me.
Your Honor, that's why I never paid him the $50 because he refused to give us back the old laptop, and he called me and threatened me over the phone, saying, I don't want to, really do this, but you can't see me, but I'm a pretty big guy. I'm like 6'3", 240, so people are intimidated by me. I'm on the phone at our house, and
I was here the entire time this conversation was taking place.
And
he did mention the $50, everything.
But you know your dad said to him, well, it's no good. I mean, what am I supposed to do with that? Just ignore it?
It was clear that I needed it back because I said, just in case something does go wrong, all the files
okay, so
don't
what
get
do you
back.
believe a 6-year-old broken computer
Your
is
Honor,
worth?
I don't know. I work on cars. I don't know.
Okay.
But the thing is, we did ask for it back, and that's the reason I would not pay him the $50 that we agreed on, because he refused. He actually said it was junk. I could use it for spare parts.
Stop. Everybody stop. I'm finding it a little bit hard to believe that he agreed on $50 for the work he did when you paid $50 to just copy regular files off.
His words were, someone's
Okay,
charging me $50.
Can you prove that?
I didn't copy the voice message or the
No,
conversations
there's no email,
we had.
no text, nothing
No, this
like
was a
that.
phone
It was over the
conversation.
phone.
Okay. You were suing for your work on the laptop,
Yes.
and you have valued that at $100 for your work on both laptops. What does that mean?
Yes. For installing the software for taking it out of here and putting it into there.
Then you're charging for $149 for Microsoft Office software.
Yeah, all the software that I put in here, they extracted along with all their data.
So you also
They took
got
it
software?
all out of here.
No.
That's not the case at all. My friend has a legitimate business.
Here's
He
the
works on
receipt.
computers every
He
day.
transferred the data.
And he transferred the data. All I said was,
No,
I
I know,
don't
but
want.
did you transfer as well the programs?
No.
No.
I
From
asked
what
him,
I'm-
all I want is my
Let me
pictures,
see
my
what your
music.
friend gave you.
I was like, that is it. Because
You have a friend who does this. Why are you? Because you were just trying to do it on the fly?
No, that's just
Cheaper?
because her father said, I know a guy.
I know a guy. Famous last words. This is the reason why people should not do business with coworkers or with good friends, because it's just so awkward for everybody afterwards. You sell them a laptop and your services. According to you, you're valuing your services at $100 and the laptop, I guess, at $250, because you're the guy who fixed the price on the lawsuit. They don't like the laptop. They don't want the laptop. You eventually get back that laptop. So you're made whole there. You are suing for your services, but you now want to collect on the $149 for Microsoft software. Prove to me you spent $149 on the Microsoft software and didn't just violate the license agreement, and it's free to you.
I have a receipt right here, Your Honor, that I had brought the Microsoft Word and Excel and stuff that was put into this laptop.
What date did you buy that? How long prior?
A few months before.
Right. You didn't buy that for them. Why do they have to pay the $150?
Because if you buy the license key all by itself, it costs you $169.
That's right, but they don't have the license key, do they?
I could easily give them the license key if that's what they
didn't.
needed.
No. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to order them to pay you for extracting the files that you were successful at extracting. and I'm going to order them to pay you bootleg value for the Microsoft software.
Do we have to use that word?
Yeah, we sort of do, because that's sort of what it is, okay? I can't just order him to return the computer to you. He's saying it's worth $0, Judge, because they told me I could keep it. That's a deal you guys struck. It was worth nothing to you. So I'm going to order you to pay for his services $125, and on your counterclaim against him, $0. That's my verdict.
All right, so let's see what the defendant has to say coming out of here. Here, step on in. What do you think of the outcome here?
I think the guy kind of ripped us off and got away with it.
Yeah? Why? How do you figure that?
He tried to sell us a broken laptop. We gave it back to him, and we still have to pay for it.
Yeah. What about the? How stressful is it at work these days?
I don't see him, and it's not a big deal. So
No.
no,
What about the wisdom of doing this kind of business with coworkers?
I'll never do it again.
Yeah. All right. Good luck with everything. All right.
Thank
Head
you.
right around the corner there. All right, and so he does win to some degree what he sued for. Step on in, not everything. What's your reaction to this? Step a little closer. Come on in.
Well, my reaction to it that we're still friends.
Yeah.
I think I'll do business with him, but I'll make sure that it's
He
all
says he
in
doesn't
writing.
even see you at work and doesn't look to see you at work.
Well, that's
What were
because he looks the other way every time he see me coming.
What were these threats?
There was no threats. I'm not that type of guy.
Over to Harvey.
You're not.
Okay.
Okay, so the point being here, the judge can actually cut the contract up and award the plaintiff what was actually done under the contract, which is what the judge did. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
If we knew more about our sleep, what would we do differently? Would we go to bed at a consistent time or take steps to reduce interruptions to our sleep? With Sleep Score, Apple Watch measures your bedtime consistency, interruptions, and sleep duration. Then, every morning it combines these factors into an easy-to-understand score from 1 to 100. So you'll know how to take the quality of your sleep from okay to very high. Know your sleep score with Apple Watch. iPhone 11 or later required.
This is the plaintiff, Leon Negron. He says his coworker, the defendant, dented his car when he opened the door and smacked it right into a fire hydrant. The defendant did it purposely because he just yelled at him for putting his foot on his front speaker on the inside of the door. This guy needs to be taught a lesson. That's why he's suing for the $364.71 he's owed. This is the defendant, Robert Utnicki. He says he apologized profusely for opening his door into the fire hydrant. He also told the plaintiff he doesn't owe him for the damage to his door because the plaintiff was the one who parked next to the hydrant directly in harm's way. He's accused of smacking it, but good.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Leon Negron, you are suing Robert Utnicki for $364.71, the cost to repair a door that you say he damaged on purpose. Tell me what's going on.
Your Honor, on May 10th, 3 o'clock, we get off work. I usually give this gentleman a ride at least twice a week down to the bus stop. Right?
And you do that for him because you're friends?
Co-workers and he's a human being out of hospitality. I just, I try to explain to him that it really takes me out of my way, but
Okay.
I got to do it.
All right, so you do it, and what happens?
So what happens is we're going to the bus stop. The bus stop, apparently the bus leaves, and I see the bus leaving. So we go to the next bus stop, which happens all the time, more or less, and I park 3 feet from the curb next to it's a testing station for the water department. It's actually like a fire hydrant, but a testing station. As he gets ready to get out of the vehicle, I see his foot going towards the door panel. As soon as I see the foot touch the door panel, I yelled at him, "Watch my door."
So he's going to push the door open with his foot?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, go on.
So before I even finished door sentence, it went bang.
How open was the door when you heard bam?
All the way, because if the hinge could have went more, it went all the way. It just couldn't go anymore, and apparently that's when it hit.
Do you have a picture of the damage to the door?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Where is the damage? In the middle of the door, in the tip of the edge? Where is it?
Close to the edge by the hinge.
Okay, let me see it. Okay, so this is where the door opens?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, my confusion is you're saying by the hinge, but if I'm sitting as a passenger in a car and I'm opening up the door, okay, the open part is here, the hinge part is up front here, all right? And then it opens, and then I walk out, correct?
Correct.
Okay, where is the damage? Close to this part or close to the hinge? Because those are two opposite parts.
Close to that part where the...
So not close to the hinge, close to the opening part.
Right.
Okay. All right. What happened?
Your Honor, what he said so far, almost correctly, almost. Well, it happened on May 10th. It was on a Thursday. He pulled me up to the bus stop, as he says, with friends and whatnot. And I said goodbye to each other, right? When I went to open the door, I was like, clank, what was that? I looked down. It was in front of the hit. He parked actually 3 feet away from the fire hydrant. I was like, what was that? And then he's like cursing, whatever, blah, blah, blah. He peels.
Yeah, but why didn't you see it? You're the guy opening the door. Why weren't you more careful?
Your Honor, he drives an SUV, and the fire hydrant was maybe about 3 feet up, like this. I have a picture of the fire hydrant, Your Honor.
Does anybody have a picture of the actual... I appreciate that you took such a close-up for me to be able to see the detail of the damage. I would love to see it in perspective to the car. See, if you have any more pictures, don't hide them. Now's a really good time. I don't know who you brought them for, if not me.
This is the repair door.
Excellent. Oh, no, well, that's fine. I don't really care about the repaired door. This is a picture showing damage or no?
That's the repaired door. There's no damage on it, Your
Okay,
Honor.
on all of these it's repaired. Got it. Okay, is this the thing that was hit or is this the thing that was hit? One is a little, sort of like a pipe coming up that I guess is used.
That's where it hit.
It's the shorter of the two that it hit. Wait, but here's what I don't understand. There's that thing, there's this thing, which is practically smacking you in the face. How do you not see it when you open the door?
I see that, ma'am. I'm sorry.
I mean, your theory, let me ask you a question. When he came up to you and he said to you, I want you to pay for this damage, your answer to this was, it's not my fault, you're the guy who pulled up here. Because your theory is you have eyeballs and you pulled up, so it's your fault. Do you think it's at all your fault?
So who's responsible, the passenger or the driver? What do you think?
That's a tough one, but I'd say probably the driver.
For parking too close.
Parking too close?
Anybody think the passenger's responsible?
Yes, the passenger needs to watch where they're opening the door.
You think the passenger?
Yes, ditto.
Why?
Same thing he said. Responsible, you have to be responsible for your own action.
Fair enough. Going inside the courtroom.
I do take partial of it.
Well, you didn't at the beginning.
No, I did, ma'am.
No, you didn't at the beginning. At the beginning, you're telling him, no, this is your fault. And then, as a good, I'm going to quote you from your answer to the complaint. Because I'm a good Christian, I decided to offer him half. Yes. So you weren't doing it because you felt you were culpable. You were doing it because you're so incredibly magnanimous. That's how your answer to the complaint reads. Am I wrong? Did you from the beginning say, oh, I feel so bad, but you pulled up, but I opened the door, maybe we should split it? Is that what you said from the beginning?
Your Honor, I said to him, I'm sorry. That's the first thing I said to him. First off, when that happened, he peeled off, cursing. And this happened on Thursday. Friday, I called out sick.
Did you ever come out of the car and see the damage?
I was already hurt. I didn't want to see no more hurt.
So this is my...
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. So I'm sorry. This happened on Thursday, right? I don't see the gentleman until Monday. Now, Monday morning, I see him. His exact words, word from word. He says, I told him again, Leon, I'm sorry. Don't worry about it. Forget about it. At the garage, because we pull out our trucks from the garage. So I said, I'm sorry, don't worry about it. Now I get in my truck to start my truck up. He comes over, walks over to my driver's side, and we start talking. He's like, show me your license. We start laughing. For what? 3-4 times, show me your license. I'm like, not thinking. I gave him my wallet to show him my license. What he does, he pulls out his cell phone, clank, he takes a picture of my license. Then he comes up, he goes, I said, first off, what's that for? He goes, we have 2 choices. You could pay me $300 or we could go to court. Then that's when I said, Your Honor, I'm not paying you nothing. Your fault. You should not pull up in front of a fire hydrant 3 foot like that, open the door, bang. What's wrong with you? Then, Your Honor, during the day, I said, you know what? In my mind, as I'm driving, yes, it's his fault. But, like you said, Your Honor, I should have looked when I got out. So I took that into mind. At the end of the day, when I met him, I said, Leon, listen, I'll give you $150. I never saw a bill. I never saw the damage.
Let me see the bill.
He peeled off. I never saw the damage or the bill. Monday morning comes, his car was already taken care of over the weekend. It was done. So I didn't see nothing.
Isn't there something inside you that says, man, the guy was doing me a favor. The guy was dropping me off at the bus stop so I wouldn't have to walk to, but then not only that bus took off, so now he's taking me to the next bus stop. Jeez, I mean, like, regardless of what your legal obligation is, like, why isn't there like a little Christian thing inside you that says that, since the guy was doing you the favor? I don't know. I'm just pondering.
Can I say something?
So here's a real question, okay? It's a very simple case. What it's about is, whose fault is this? Is it, you say, well, it's entirely his fault because he opened the door. And there's a certain beauty to that theory. But your opinion is, okay, yeah, it's my fault, but it's his fault too, Judge, so we need to split it. Why? Because he's the guy who pulled up to it, and there's a certain beauty to that theory, too. However, when I look at this, and I look at the pictures of the damage and where the damage is at the door, you could have not hit that item for a long way. You know, there's many, many ways to open the door. One of them is your hand's still on the door, and then you get out. And I realize you're a big guy, but that way wouldn't have hit. He didn't pull up an inch from the thing. He pulled up in a way that a human being could get out. It's just not the way that human being got out. So I am going to find you totally liable for the full amount, not half and half, and order you to pay the plaintiff the $364.71. Good luck, gentlemen.
Thank you.
So the plaintiff has won this case in people's court for the full amount. This is the defendant right here. What's your first reaction to coming out with an L?
You know what? The truth is, I think that this was approached the wrong way. I think he should approach me as a man and we could have discussed it. And maybe I would have paid him the whole thing. But it's the way he did it, that sneaky stuff,
That sneak picture of your license?
Yeah, that's all right.
That's why we're in court, because of that?
Yeah, but that's all right. You know what I say, man? God is good.
Mm-hmm.
God is good.
All right. Head around the corner there, all right? Sign your documents over there.
All
All right, so come on in here. What's going through your mind now?
I'm very happy, and it's the right thing to do. People have to use judgment and be cautious, whether it's in a parking lot or a fixed object. You just got to be cautious.
Yeah, but he said he would have done business with you if you had just not been so sneaky with that, taking that shot at the...
Then I would have to go through all the changes to find out who he is, where he lives, and I have to be precise. A license has all your identification right there. It doesn't lie.
Harvey?
Okay, this really opens up an interesting principle, which is this, that if you are working with somebody or somebody puts you in a position where they are negligent and as a result you either have the ability to avoid damage or create the damage, but it's in your power. You can't just create the damage and say, well, they put you in harm's way. If you have the ability to avoid the situation, you have to avoid the situation.